I've got Mark Anderson on the line from Umpqua Bank, and he's located in the Bellevue branch, and is going to be working with their startup flagship branch in Seattle, South Lake Union. He's been in the mortgage industry for 12 years and has kind of done all different stuff. Tell us a little bit about the start of getting into the business, Mark.
Yeah, it's definitely a great business, and it's been kind of crazy and volatile over the last few years, but definitely a good business, and I think we've got a healthy market moving forward with some of the changes in the government regulation and whatnot. So it's definitely great, and at Umpqua Bank we have a great local team that's here to serve our clients, and look forward to getting some more homes on the market so we can finance some clients.
Can you give us some background information on Umpqua Bank?
Yeah, so Umpqua is a Northwest local bank based out of Oregon, and we're growing in the Northwest Seattle, greater Seattle area, and also heading down to California and open up some branches in those regions down there, specifically the San Francisco area. So we're definitely a West Coast Northwest bank, and very into the community and kind of the local feel. All of our processing and underwriting, everything is local here, and all of our sales folks are local. So we're excited to be growing in this region.
Mark, that makes such a big difference having your underwriting and your processors close by, where you can get an answer really quick and not have to worry about what time zone they're in.
No, absolutely. I mean, as you know, working with local people makes all the difference, and especially in a tough market, with multiple offers and some of the changing dynamics, we can, basically close loans in 7 or 8 days or so, here locally. And, when you're dealing with, East Coast or something, in a different time zone, it's very difficult to achieve that. And with our, local folks, we can get answers, in sometimes minutes or hours versus, days or weeks. So it's very important to, be able to achieve success on some of those tough multiple offer scenarios.
Mark, I've worked with a lot of lenders in my career in real estate, and some of the closings we've had have just been super quick, super smooth. How come it's so much faster with you guys than it is with these other firms?
Well, I think we have very experienced people, and like I said, the local field, being able to get on the phone, or just go walk over to the processor's desk and be able to sit down and really work through a file and be able to work through any challenges that you have right up front is critical. Our underwriting, we can just get on the phone with them immediately. We all work together as a team as we work, with you and the rest of the real estate professionals. And, just working very quickly and efficiently locally, that's how we get things done versus going through multiple channels like some of the, other lenders that have some of their operations, like I said, in East Coast or Midwest and different time zones, and you may have multiple people. We have a small, very experienced team, and that makes all the difference.
Mark, what kind of questions do you get from buyers out there? I mean, what's kind of the number one? Or is it always interest rate, or is it? I mean, what are they asking you?
No, I think interest rate's definitely important, but I think really what we try to do is work on almost some budgeting for the client. They may be approved for $500,000 or whatever the number may be, but maybe they're more comfortable with a purchase price of $400,000, and then we really get into down payment, what they're comfortable with is on a type of product. A 30-year fixed may not be for everyone. Obviously rates are very low right now, but an ARM product may be a better fit for that particular client and their particular timeline. So, rates definitely important, and rates obviously have been historically low over the last 2 years, but, we expect those to go up, a little bit over the next, couple of years. And, so we get a lot of questions with that. And also, a lot of folks have changed, jobs and stuff over the last 2 years, so there's some different dynamics with that. And so really just kind of doing some what we call mortgage planning is extremely important, with the client. And, like I said, rate is not the only factor. So we definitely get into a lot of different factors.
Mark, you said the regulations have sure changed a lot over the years since you being in the business. What do people need to do? It seems like a lot more paperwork collecting. What do they need to do? What do they need to get you to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we usually do is start with initial conversation and just kind of get a feel for what the client's trying to accomplish. And then from there on, we actually start with an application, and that's really a good kind of starting point for us to move forward with that conversation. And basically, the first step in the pre-approval process, the application kind of gives us a just an initial snapshot on how the client's financial picture looks, and then we can start asking questions back and forth from there. And then it's very critical to get full documentation up front and be fully pre-approved through underwriting, because with this multiple offer situation in some markets, you need to be fully prepared. If there's anything we need to address or anything, it's definitely can be addressed in that pre-approval process. And things like tax returns and pay stubs and things like that, and if somebody just changed jobs, we can definitely address any of those issues up front, and that's critical for a full pre-approval and a successful offer.
A lot of these first-time buyers are kind of coming out of college and they're getting jobs in the fields that they're working in. Are they able to use that transition there? Do they still need the 2 years, or how does that work out?
Yeah, so at Umpqua Bank, we don't need 2 years of job history. We can actually approve somebody coming right out of college. In fact, there was a gentleman at one of the local companies that we got approved, before he actually fully started his job. He had a contract from one of the large companies locally, and we were able to get him an approval with just a contract. So that's certainly they have to be qualified, but we can do that here at Umpqua Bank, which is very nice. So definitely, there's a huge opportunity for successful students coming out of college that just got their first job, that they can certainly buy a home here in the Northwest.
Mark, it seems like there's a lot of people that got hit in the 06, 07, 08 with foreclosures and short sales. Does Umpqua offer a product for them to rebuild credit and jump back into the market a little quicker than they normally would have to?
Yeah, so we certainly we can work with third-party lenders on rebuilding credit, but we do have some options through various channels. For people that maybe had a foreclosure or bankruptcy, 2 years ago. 2 years is kind of the seasoning that we need to be able to move forward with the pre-approval process. But once they achieve that, then certainly they can look at buying a home, and those have kind of gotten a little bit more lenient over the last year or so. Used to be 4 to 7 years was kind of the range if you had a bankruptcy or foreclosure or a short sale. So anybody out there that has been in that situation, they should definitely give us a call and yourself a call and start that conversation.
Mark, most of the buyers that are coming to you, what kind of programs are they utilizing? I mean, a lot of people think that you have to have 20% down to purchase and don't really realize that the 3.5 down or the 5 or 10% down is pretty common. I mean, what are you seeing mostly?
Yeah, I think there's kind of a misconception out there in the market that you have to have 20% down, I think, with the new government regulations. But really, not a lot's changed. There's still opportunities for zero down with a VA loan if you have some military background, and certainly FHA has 3.5% down still, and some of the conventional options, are 5% down. So plenty of options out there, for clients, and there's even some additional products that may have some additional low down payment options, for the right client. So plenty of products out there, and our company offers, pretty much the full array of, product out there. So pretty much a product for every client out there.
A lot of buyers right now are interviewing lenders. What kind of choices or what kind of questions should they ask, and what are they looking? What kind of information should they get?
Yeah, I think just as you talk to clients as well, on the real estate side, on the mortgage side. I mean, we're a real team-oriented, platform, and we work well with the client and yourself. And I think really clients should be asking experience levels. I mean, certainly, you probably wouldn't want to talk to somebody that's not experienced and not really into customer service. Be able to get in touch with the client, in a reasonable amount of time, and be able to kind of work through any challenges that the client has in their situation, and really being responsive, because this market is very active and works very quickly, and you certainly don't want to work with a real estate and financial professional that's going to get back to you 3 days later. I mean, we like to get back within hours, if not minutes, and that's going to be critical with some of the timelines that are out there, and be able to offer competitive rates and the full array of product, because obviously not everybody fits in just the standard 30-year fixed or 20% down cookie cutter type product. So we offer pretty much the whole platform of products here at Umpqua Bank, which I think a client needs to ask those type of questions.
Mark, let's go back to all the multiple offer situations we're seeing on the east side and kind of all around the Puget Sound. The clients that you are working with that are getting those, are they having trouble with their appraisals?
We're not actually seeing that. It's definitely an interesting environment because some of the offers have escalated, quite a bit higher over the last, I would say, month. That are certainly pushing the appraised values, but we've not seen that in our company. We have very experienced appraisers that we work with, and we haven't seen that a lot, over the last month, 2 months. But certainly, it's an issue that maybe moving forward because as the inventory levels kind of stay low, there's not a lot of comparisons on the market for appraisers to work with. So it's something that you'd want to work directly with a real estate professional like Tyler and myself, and make sure we kind of know the some of the risks going into those offers. But like I said, on the east side in Seattle, we haven't really seen a huge issue with that so far.
We've kind of talked about this certain topic the last few weeks we've been here. What are your thoughts on the highest level it's ever been, 18 to 34-year-olds living at home with their parents? How do we get them out there knowing that now's a good time to buy?
Well, I mean, like I said, we have plenty of options, for those people. I think, we need to definitely get some communication going, getting those folks talking to your real estate professional and financial professional and seeing what opportunities are out there because, obviously jobs have improved and rates are still low and there's a lot of opportunity out there. So those people definitely need to be looking at opportunities before rates go up too high and get in while prices are still reasonable right now. So I would definitely talk to your financial professional as soon as possible and figure out what you're qualified for, and you might be really surprised on what opportunities are out there for you.
Mark, walk us through a day in the life of Mark Anderson as a loan officer. What's it like?
Well, we talked to a lot of new and prospective clients. Really, that's what we really enjoy doing, and kind of going over the opportunities out there for them, and some of the also some of the challenges and how to kind of navigate through that. We obviously talk to our real estate professionals on a daily basis, and we do a lot of prep work. I mean, there's a lot of paperwork behind the scenes, and we do our best to do as much paperwork as we can for our clients and to have them fully prepared, for those, offers out there. And, we really just like getting out there and kind of educating clients and, but the markets are definitely volatile and up and down. And, that's kind of exciting, so we definitely do our best to prepare, as much as possible for those, those changes.
Yeah. And you and I were in kind of the planning stages of doing some home buyer seminars and classes over in Bellevue. What do you think? What's going to be the biggest takeaway from the lending side of that for people to be there and see and hear?
Well, I think as we mentioned earlier, is just being fully approved, up front and being prepared, for the market out there. And I think clients will be surprised, what they can qualify for and what opportunities are out there. They just need to get in there and start having that conversation with us. And, you can obviously educate them on the marketplace out there, and we can educate them on what opportunities are out there on the financial arena. And there's a huge opportunity right now, I think, getting in because obviously the market's, definitely very healthy and improving. And, I would say now is a great time to buy before, rates go up. So I would definitely get out there to those classes and really learn as much as you can and ask a lot of questions because it's definitely a great time.
Are you surprised when you meet with buyers kind of seeing how much money they're spending on rent? Is that shocking sometimes?
It is. Sometimes, when we see rents, $2,500, whatever it may be, and, their payment may be $2,000, they could be saving, $500 a month and actually owning a home. And, it's looking at a really quality investment. So it's definitely shocking. But I think just the knowledge level, sometimes people just don't ask the question or do the research. So we're certainly happy to run any numbers for you. And in many cases, it makes a lot of sense to purchase a home versus renting a home, especially as the rents have gone up.